Imagine for a moment the age of exploration, a time when wooden ships sliced through foggy seas, explorers with questionable hygiene plotted the world's richest trade routes, and the lure of gold, spices, and land powered the greatest heist in history, colonization. Maps unfurl, lines are drawn, and conquistadors plant their flags, all for the promise of wealth buried beneath foreign soil. But what if I told you that the world's most valuable resource isn't buried in the ground anymore? That the new gold rush isn't after oil or diamonds or tea, or even that mysterious spice blend that made empires rise and fall? No, today's colonizers come bearing smartphones, not muskets. Their fleets are fleets of servers, their treasures measured in terabytes, not tons. Welcome to the era of digital colonization, where your data is worth more than oil, and you're the one giving it away, willingly, even gleefully, with every swipe, like, and tap. Let's fast forward from the galleons and gold to a world that fits in your pocket. Picture animated ships dissolving into streams of code, maps transforming into glowing grids of digital networks. The gold coins vanish, replaced by swirling clouds of data, bits and bytes, likes and shares, the currency of the 21st century. Forget conquistadors in feathered hats. Today's empire builders wear hoodies and run billion-dollar companies from glass towers. Their flags? Brand logos. Their armies? Algorithms. Now, let's look closer. Across the globe, people of every age, shape, and selfie angle are glued to their screens. From bustling cities to remote villages, hands clutch smartphones like lifelines. As they scroll, giggle, and rage tweet, streams of invisible data flow from their devices into a glowing vault. A vault not hidden in a mountain, but in the cloud, guarded by the digital gatekeepers, tech giants whose names you know better than your own neighbors. Every message you send, every photo you post, every late-night search for weird rash on foot, it all becomes part of this vast, shimmering hoard. Like oil oozing from deep underground, your data is extracted, refined, and sold to the highest bidder. But unlike oil, you can't see it, can't smell it, and you probably didn't even notice it leaving your grasp. Let's make this comparison crystal clear. Imagine an oil rig rising up from a desert, pumping black gold from the earth. Now, swap the rig for a server farm, row upon row of humming machines, the new drilling rigs of our time. Instead of pipelines, we have fiber optics. Instead of barrels, terabytes. The world's largest companies don't need to dig, just convince you to click. Here's the punchline. For the first time in history, data profits have overtaken oil profits. Headlines flash across the screen. Data is the new oil. Tech giants outpace oil titans. Graphs spike upward, and you might notice that the richest companies on the planet now sell ads, not gasoline. In 2023, the revenue of just one tech giant, let's call it Fruit Corp, eclipsed the GDP of several countries. And where does that value come from? Not from charging you for their free services, but from selling insights about you to advertisers, governments, and anyone with deep enough pockets. Let's pause for a moment of comic relief. Remember those terms and conditions you never read? The ones longer than war and peace, and about as exciting as a lecture on lint? Every time you scroll to the bottom and tap I agree, you're essentially signing away your digital firstborn. Congratulations! You're now a shareholder in the world's greatest data extraction operation. But don't worry, you're in good company. Billions of people are co-owners of this invisible gold mine. In the time it's taken to watch this video, millions of data points have been harvested. Your favorite pizza topping, the meme you laughed at, even how long you paused before clicking skip ad. It all flows into that neon-lit vault where machine learning algorithms, those tireless digital prospectors, sift through the muck for nuggets of value. Now, let's get a bit more serious. The old colonizers drew borders on maps, sometimes with a ruler, sometimes with a sword. The new ones draw boundaries with code, opaque algorithms that decide what you see, what you buy, even what you believe. The illusion of choice is carefully curated. You may also like, is less a suggestion and more a nudge toward the next purchase, the next click, the next opportunity to collect a little more data. And here comes the twist. Unlike oil, your data is renewable. You create more of it every single day, every time you open an app or speak to your smart assistant. And just like oil spills, data leaks can be catastrophic, but instead of coating beaches, they expose your most personal secrets to the world. But what about privacy? Isn't there a law, a regulation, a digital fence to keep our data safe? Well, yes and no. Governments scramble to catch up, passing new rules and fines, but the tech titans are always one step ahead. After all, they know everything about you, sometimes more than you know about yourself. Let's talk about the illusion of free tech. You might think you're getting a bargain. Free search, free social media, free entertainment. But as the old saying goes, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That silly quiz you took to find out which bread you are? It's not just for fun. It's an elaborate fishing net, scooping up your preferences, habits, and even your friends' data. And then there's AI, the crown jewel of digital colonization. Those clever chatbots and recommendation engines don't just make life easier. They learn from you, adapting and evolving with every interaction. But whose interests do they serve? Yours or the corporations that built them? When AI can predict your next move better than your best friend, who's really in control? Let's return to those animated sequences. Ships of empire morph into pulsating lines of code. Maps dissolve into networks of glowing connections. The gold rush of old becomes a data rush, with tech giants as the new imperial powers. Instead of enslaving bodies, they enslave attention. Instead of extracting minerals, they extract meaning. And what about the people on the ground? The new colonized aren't distant strangers. They're you and me, our lives mapped and mined in real time. Every selfie, every location ping, every swipe left or right is another drop in the digital oil drum. The more you share, the richer the data vault becomes. But here's the kicker. Unlike oil, which eventually runs out, our appetite for digital connection is endless. We pour ourselves into the cloud willingly, trading privacy for convenience, intimacy for likes, autonomy for algorithms. Let's run the numbers one more time. Charts show oil prices flatlining while tech stocks soar. News headlines declare the world's most valuable companies are now data-driven. The richest resource is no longer beneath our feet, but in our pockets. But what does this mean for the future? Will we wake up and reclaim our data, or will we become digital serfs, forever working the fields of someone else's fortune? In the final scene, imagine a USB drive, sleek, metallic, and unassuming, plugged directly into the Earth's core. A golden glow seeps outward, as if the planet itself is bleeding data. The message is clear. Our world runs on information now, and every one of us is part of the extraction. So, next time you download a free app or sign up for a new service, remember, digital colonization didn't arrive with a bang, but with a notification ping. Your data is the new oil, and in the great game of the 21st century, it pays to know who's holding the map. But don't despair. Knowledge is power. You can choose what to share, what to withhold, and where to draw your own digital borders. The tools to reclaim your privacy are out there. Encryption, privacy settings, even the radical act of unplugging now and then. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, if enough of us wake up, we can rewrite the rules of this new era. Because history shows that every empire, no matter how powerful, eventually meets its match. Not through force, but through awareness, resistance, and the courage to say, enough. So, as the world spins faster and the data flows ever deeper, remember, the future isn't written in code or carved in stone. It's shaped by the choices we make, one click at a time. And with that, perhaps it's time to ask yourself, who's really getting rich off your selfies, your secrets, your digital soul? And are you ready to take back what's yours? Because in the end, the most valuable resource on Earth isn't oil, gold, or even data. It's you.